Okay, everyone, Dr. Mike here, going over Study Guide 1 for Synthesis 1. There are 6 areas in the Arrange window. The toolbar, which is up here across the top, it also includes the transport, um, all the things you need to push, record, etc. And then there are the inspector, which is over here. That includes just everything in this area. The inspector includes this entire channel strip plus the track parameters and the region parameters. And these are called disclosure triangles in Logic Pro, and there's lots of them. So you look for these little triangles and you can disclose things. And then there's the media lists. That's over here, including the loop window, the project file menu, the event lists, and also just where you can search for media. And then also the arrange area, which is the primary large area here, this big blank area, including all these track headers. That's the arrange area. The library, shortcut to open that is Y. That's over here for finding different sounds and things like that. And the editors, which sometimes is set up as the shortcut E, and I like it as E, and that's down here at the bottom. So those are the 6 areas. You can think of them as spelling out Timali. Um, so the toolbar, inspector, media lists, arrange area, library, and the editor's window. All right, when the same key command can be used in different areas, the one with the key focus indicated by a blue or white frame will respond. Now, if you notice, if I open up several different windows, now I can use the tab to move around. And you see, as I move, now the editor window is active. It has a blue frame around it. Now the arrange area, and now over here into this loop area. 2 ways to adjust a setting, such as tempo in Logic, are to drag up and down to increase or decrease, or just double click and type. For instance, change the tempo. I can click in this window and drag. And by the way, it matters which part you click on. If you want to adjust it by fine increments, you can click over here and just do by portions of a BPM. Double click, and I can just type in 120 and hit return. Okay. MIDI instruments go on MIDI tracks or software instrument tracks, and audio regions go on audio tracks. Pretty simple. The green ones are MIDI, and if you try to drag, you can just drag them onto a MIDI track if you want to. Of course, this was set up as a piano track, so it's going to play it with that sound. Or actually, let's see. No, it actually changed the sound as I dragged the region over there. That's kind of cool. That's kind of a new update in Logic X. Um, Also, if I drag an audio region to the MIDI track, it tells you not an audio track, and it just won't let you do it. However, if you drag a green MIDI track down to an audio track, a green MIDI region to an audio track, it will actually just convert it to audio. So pretty flexible there. But you can't drag an audio track onto a MIDI region. Bars, beats, divisions, and ticks displayed in the help tag indicate a length or a position in the project. So when I move something, press down on it, you see this little box that comes up. That's called the help tag. And in there, you'll see the position 13.311. That's bars, beats, divisions, and ticks. So bar 13, beat 3, division 1, tick 1. And then the length of it is 2. So that's 2 measures. 2, 0, 0, 0. 2 bars. Drag a region to move it. Option drag to copy it. So you saw how we just can drag it to move it. Um, I am going to zoom out just a little bit, or zoom in a little bit by using Command and the right arrow key. But if I want to, move something, I can just drag it. But if I want to copy it, just hold down the Option key and drag it, and just let go of it before you let off the Option key, and it makes a nice copy of it. And by the way, that's a global Macintosh command. You can drag folders on your desktop and copy them, and drag words in a Word document a lot of times, and it'll copy it. Channel strips. They are displayed in the mixer left to right in the same order as they're displayed top to bottom in the arrange area. So here are the channel strips, electric piano right now, and this is a guitar, string dream. It's good to like rename these, by the way. I'm just going to call this EP or electric piano, and then tab down, just call this one guitar. And then if I open up the mixer by hitting X, you see down here electric piano and guitar, plus some reverb auxiliary tracks that are automatically set up that are being sent from this MIDI track, bus 1 and bus 2. We'll talk more about that later. Um, a channel strip is the collection of all the plugins on a channel, and it includes each plugin's settings. So in this case, we're in the electric piano um, channel here, which we actually changed to guitar. So let's rename it to reflect that. We'll call it Guitar 1, and we'll call this other one Guitar 2. So you can change the names as needed. But in Guitar 1, you see here's the plug-in for the actual instrument, which is, if you can follow the path down here to a guitar sound. Then there's also a compressor, and it has certain settings on it. And there is chorus, and has certain settings. And the channel EQ, which also has certain settings. Where'd it go? And in this case, just flat, but you could have settings. And then there's a bus 1, which has no send on it. Bus 2 has a little bit of send on it. And that it comprises all of those channel strip settings, including the panning, all that stuff. And all those can be copied, by the way. So like if I want to put a little bus 1 in there, and when I click on that, see the bus track shows up. We'll talk more about that later. Because if you click on the stereo out, you see the stereo out. If you click on the send, you see the track that it's being sent to. All right, let's see. Oh, and as far as copying them, you can copy all the settings on this by going to up here and copy channel strip settings, Command Option C, and then I can click on this track and, for instance, just do Command Option V, and it copies all of those settings to the other track. Normally you wouldn't be doing that between an audio track and a MIDI track, but just for demonstration purposes, it shouldn't hurt anything right now. Use the following steps to export your mix. Adjust the project's length, deselect all regions, and turn off cycle mode. Choose File Bounce, or Command B, choose a name and destination, and click Bounce. So, assuming that we're finished with this, which obviously we're nowhere near finished with this, it's just for demonstration purposes. But assuming we were, first of all, we'd probably like to put something near the beginning. I'm going to pop that back over there, as well as these. And let's see, I'm going to adjust the project's length. Okay, that's very important. Now I have to go in here and customize this toolbar a little bit to do that. Customize control bar and display. This one right here, key signature and project end. I really like for that to be shown. And that, this 129 is the default ending time. Obviously, we only have 6 measures here, so we could just say it ends at measure, we could say 7 to give it a little room for a tail or reverb tail or whatever. And that's adjusting the project length. Deselect all the regions. Turn off the cycle mode if it's on. That's C is a shortcut for that. Choose File Bounce. That's from the file menu, or you can do Command B, and we're going to do the whole project or selection. And then you know, adjust your settings in here as needed. Just an MP3 or an MP3 and a WAV file or other options like AIFF. Right now, just an MP3 is fine. And you see the start and end, 1 and 7, so that's all good. Include audio tail. We're at 24-bit. Say OK. And then you will choose a destination. And if you've already saved your project, like I have, then it's going to be already in the bounces folder for your project. And you really should save your project before you even get started so that you are telling the computer where to save all of the stuff that goes with that project. So I'm going to hit return and just save that little bounce in the bounces folder. Okay, and then there's another little just helpful, if you want to search your Mac for files, you hit Command Spacebar. This pulls up the Spotlight search, it's called, and you can type in something and it will, start bringing up stuff. I like to just go down here sometimes and just click on Show All in Finder, or you can just, if you see what you want, you can just click on it and open it up. Okay. Um, anyway, that's it for this study guide. Hope you enjoyed it, and look forward to seeing you in the tutorial for study guide 2. Thanks.